Ladies and gentlemen of YouTube, this is it. The Season 1 finale of
Wheel of Beer.
The game where I brew random foods into random beers. Season 1 has been a real roller coaster. And between learning how to talk to the camera, editing, the filming, the brewing itself, and of course, the fucking onion beer, I've really learned a lot of lessons. For those of you who have joined me since day one and been subscribers from the beginning, I want to thank you for joining me on this journey. To commemorate the special event, I'm going to be doing a little prize giveaway at the end of the video, so stay tuned. But now back to Wheel of Beer. Could it be a Pringles Pale Ale, a Kimchi Kolsch, maybe a Umami Odd Brewin? Find out on Wheel of Beer.
I don't really trust them. Life on my back, yeah, I really had to cut them. She like the vibe, but I do not trust her. Keep it on the low, she tryna blow my cover. Remember them mixtape covers and the tracks that was whack. Too bad, I ain't know we had them bars like that. Yeah, I got it like that, yeah, I got it like that.
So for the last time this season, I'll refer to the good old wheel. I'll load up all the beer styles and give it one more glorious spin. (15A). Looking at Brewfather, that's an Irish Red. Now between Killian's and Schmidt's, I love a good Irish Red. It's a great balance between like the maltiness and the crispiness. It's a good beer. This will be my first time trying to brew it though, so let's see if it's going to be a good one. Loading up the wheel with random food items, let's give it another spin. Watermelon. Now this ain't a style that really supports the sweet and fruity, I don't think. I've never really had anything like that in an Irish Red, but I think we can make this work. My initial thought is to do a watermelon puree to add to the end of fermentation, but I'll need to do a little formulating first. But I'm going to head over to my GFs, and when I get back, it's time to brew. Okay, so I'm back from my GFs, and I think I got it down. I'm using my GF's Irish Red recipe, which includes some mild Ashburn and some Vienna to provide the majority of the flavor and sugars, and then a little flaked maize for some slight sweetness, and roasted barley for color. For hops, I got Fuggle and Fuggle, at the 60-minute and 10-minute edition, respectively. For the yeast, I'm using Omega 005 Irish Ale yeast. For the watermelon, I plan on blending up a whole melon and dumping it into the beer once primary finishes. But I still refuse to do a secondary, because we all know that secondary fermentation is for virgins. Anyway, with the plan laid out, it's time to bro down. With my ingredients prepped and ready, it was time to head outside and fire up the burner. I immediately recognized that this brew was going to be a race against time. There's a storm a-brewing, and the wheel never said anything about including rainwater. I fired up my mash water, and for the last time this season, it was time to cue that motherfucking B-roll. While that was mashing, I went ahead and got down and dirty with the cleaning products. For the cleaner stuff, check out my OnlyFans after the video. I'm probably going to kill that joke in the next season. One, because I always lose a lot of viewers during that period of time in the video. And two, there's only so many ways that I can fuck a fermenter or sexualize sanitizing, so anyway. Once my mash was complete, I fired it up to a burl. At the 60 minutes, Fuggle. At the 30 minute, more Fuggle. Fug me. Once the burl completed, I hit it with the chiller. Then into the fermenter she went. After some additional cooling, it was time to pitch my yeast. I took some greater lengths this time to improve my efficiency, and I must say I really outdid myself. Barely had enough room to add my dilution water. I really pushed the limits of this 3-gallon carboy though, and it ended up biting me in the ass. The airlock ended up popping off, which not only caused a hellacious mess to clean, but also introduced an infection risk. I inspected the wort and found no signs of infection, so it was time to proceed with the watermelon. Aided by my trusty kitchen knife, and even trustier Ninja blender, I liquefied the melon in no time flat. This beer already receives 10 Bro Sodas out of 10 from Kolsch, since he was able to snack on the food this time. Also, look at this good fucking boy with his new haircut. It don't look so good because I did it myself, but damn it, he ain't a shaggy bastard anymore. Anyway, once I filled my blender with the liquid melon, I added it to the top of the wort. My lack of headspace made it so I couldn't put the whole melon in, but I very foolishly filled it to the brim. Once again, my ass was bitten, and I had another mess to clean, as well as another infection risk. After a few days sitting to let that flavor disperse, it was time to keg. I got an appropriately sized pump this time, and was ready to do this part right again. It was going great, but with that much liquid, it took longer than I was used to. So I packed a little Monica Lazinski to help me pass the time. The bottle and keg run went flawlessly, and a couple days later, my beer was complete.
Hearts, stars, and horseshoes, plovers and blue moons, hourglasses, rainbows,
and big old bouncy boobs. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the bros, they're After Me Lucky Melons. And it's with great pleasure to introduce After Me Lucky Melons. Packed with rich, malty flavor and so much melony goodness that the bros just can't keep their hands off them. Catch Me Lucky Melons, they're magically bodacious.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with After Me Lucky Melons, but before we get started, I want to talk about that limited edition prize I was talking about earlier. So if you go and follow my Instagram account and tag a friend on the most recent post, I will put your name on the wheel and give it a spin. If your name ends up being picked by the wheel, you'll win this limited edition Season 1 Wheel of Beer t-shirt. Pretty fucking sweet, huh? Anyway, let's get on to the beer. So, let's give her a little sniff. I don't smell any hint of watermelon whatsoever. It just smells like a normal Irish red, so it smells good. But, Kolsch, you want to give it a sniff? Alright, for the last time this season, let's give it a little taste. Cheers. Cheers, buddy. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Okay, wow. So that doesn't taste like watermelon at all. But what I do get is like an essence of watermelon. Like when you take a first bite of a watermelon, it's kind of that refreshing feel in your mouth. Just kind of cool and refreshing and almost like it's hydrating you. That's what I'm getting from this. On the front, the very first sip taste, and kind of like a little bit in the aftertaste too. I mean, otherwise, it's a pretty standard Irish red. It's really good. But that little freshness at the beginning and end just gives it a little something. I like that. So, I'm gonna have to give this one 8 Bro Sodas out of 10. This one was a success, and I would drink this again. That's all the time I have for tonight, though, so thanks for joining me on this ride. And thanks for watching another episode of
Wheel of Beer.
Cheers.
One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, little nigga bugging me. Just need a bag, quit all that jaw jackery. Don't even pass me that, I don't want none of it. These niggas mad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how that poppin' and shaking. Got me hot as a laser, my posse deep and irate. And we act a fool for the paper. Had a dream and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's, bitches guess over bait. Don't I look like somebody that just be bodying everything? All that talking is great, but I don't be talking. I air it out, all the problems have gotten easy to bury. I'd rather drown him in Hendrix, I'd rather kiss on my Mary. I've been broke way longer than I've been rich, so until it levels out, I'ma take your mama to the Marriott and wear it out. Took me so long to get it, gonna spread it out. Let them know all about me when I'm dead and gone. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. One in the hand, one in the bag, bubbling. Look at the cash bubbling. Look at the cash, bubbling. Super fly for the Dumbos, plenty slides like a shuffle. Hit the cadence on my young bitch. Isaac Hayes, Billy Ocean, about the old hoe with the cane stick. Let my slippers at the function. It's hard to run the Gucci slides. She got that you say you didn't have a husband. I'ma stab no.